16, y'all. We made it. Sweet 16. Welcome to Sports Minds, where all roads lead to sports, and we talk ball every season. And we're your hosts, Legendarius, Hashmaster Z, and Filthy. Legendarius, kick off the opening segment. Tell the folks what they want to hear.
Yo.
Oh, man. My Lakers! What the fuck are you doing, Anthony Davis? Where are you at, D-Lo? Darvin Ham, come on. Oh my goodness, bro. I really thought we were going to turn it around. I thought it was going to be Lakers in 6. Lakers got swept, bro.
And swear.
It was ridiculous.
Where were the Laker girls at? I didn't see none of them dancing at halftime.
There ain't no reason to. Like no reason so we could come out in the second half and get smacked back-to-back games? Come on, bro.
It's good for morale.
Come on, bro.
It's good for morale. Yeah, it was probably like after they went 0-3, they were like, nah, bro, it's gone.
I'm sorry, but like oh, there's so much to dive into. First of all, closeout game. Like, this is possibly the last game of our season. The start of the fourth quarter. For, first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. We're down, by the way. This is who's on the court. It's LeBron. It's Lonnie Walker. It's D-Lo. It's Rui.
D-Lo.
And it's Tristan Thompson.
Yes, I remember that.
Like, how do we get Tristan Thompson off the street? And he's like, yo, season on the line, put me in, coach. And, like, that's the best we got. AD was garbage for 3 quarters. And then, I don't know. It was just, in my opinion, it was such a waste. It was a waste of a game. LeBron dropped 40. LeBron was carrying the team. He's like, yo, do you guys want to win today? First half, we up big. And then we just come out, get outscored 36-16 in the third quarter.
But that was embarrassing. And hindsight-wise, if we would have got outscored 36-20, we win that game. That's what's so 2 more shots. Yeah. Or even 1 more overtime.
And I've been like, obviously we've dove into this last episode, but it's just Darvin Ham, you give him a pass because he's like a rookie head coach, but his rotations, his adjustments were awful. Like, I'm sorry, Jared Vanderbilt to get a did not play the last game of the season. Like, come on, coach. That's literally one of our best defenders. That's an energy guy. That's a guy that will hustle. That's a guy that will play hard. That's a guy that's not going to mope around and fuck up every defensive coverage while barely making any shots like D'Angelo Russell. But we still got to play D-Lo. Why?
Because he gives us points.
He didn't. He gave us 4 points.
Yeah, I know, but that's the excuse. It's more of like, all right, D-Lo, we're gonna go in. We're gonna keep you in because what you did in the play-in and what you did. No, not the play-in. What was it? Game 6 of the Grizzlies. We're gonna live on the past and hope you score 28 again. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Play the best people on the floor. Jared Vanderbilt should have been playing a lot more, and he at least would have disturbed Jamal Murray. He at least would have bothered Jokic a little bit. Like, you just need bodies to slow them down, but no. So that's my rant.
Yeah, I think especially too for the postseason Lakers. For me, this was a team that was really hot on momentum and things swinging the right way at the right time. And even in retrospect, when I think about this Denver series, it was just, damn, you almost had them twice at home, and then you let game 3 go the way it goes, and by the time you get the 4, LeBron wanted it, but did anyone else really want it like that? I didn't get that sense of urgency, not really. Even to what Legendarius is saying, AD playing a certain way for 3 quarters and in an elimination game, and Tristan Thompson is starting the 4th. Even when you dig in the numbers, Tristan Thompson had a positive plus-minus differential than AD. That's not good, because like Legendary said, he just came off the street. Mans was just hanging out, talking shit, ESPN, and he just came off the street, and he's out rebounding AD. That's not good for a franchise player that the organization gave up so much for, and your result is one ring and a lot of injuries. So there's a lot of things that this team has to think about moving forward. At the end of the day, as a fan, I'm not as upset as maybe some Laker fans are, because I mean, hey, we were not supposed to be in this, man. From how we start to where we are now, I am not that mad to finish as a 7 seed, 1 game away from the NBA Finals.
I feel that. I just feel
one
like
series. I'm sorry, 1 series away.
Yeah. I was like, it wasn't 1 game, but yeah, I get you.
I feel that, and I just feel like it's just a waste. Like, we're just wasting LeBron right now. Like, it'd be one thing if LeBron didn't show up and lost these games, but LeBron showing up, and it's just like, AD, like, this is year 4, this is year 5. You're supposed to be the guy. Stop being soft, bro. Like, you're playing soft. You're getting dominated by Jokic. We can't depend on you consistently. And then same thing with like management is like, oh, like there are like some like rumors that like D'Lo is like losing confidence and they wanted to have the possibility.
Then take him out.
Exactly. And they wanted to have the possibility to sign him. So we wanted to, keep playing him as minutes. Like, who cares? Do you want to win a championship or do you want to have D'Angelo Russell on your team next year? I think we'll be fine without him. And I'm on the record right now saying, get him the fuck out of here and get us Kyrie.
I definitely agree with that too, but I think there's another aspect of this that I think the Lakers never really had to a certain extent that a lot of these current teams, other teams talking about currently in the race, minus the Celtics, the Heat have this and the Nuggets have this. They have, for the most part, consistent coaching. They have consistent personnel on the back end. The Lakers, they have a bad habit of dumping. They want instant results and they dump and they dump. I think Vogel is the longest one that they had in recent memory. And yeah, he got the 1 ring, but even then he didn't get as much time. Even I was tired of Vogel by the time they got rid of him. But that's the Laker way, man. They don't really retain anyone. And I think a part of getting that championship culture is retaining some of that personnel so you can carry over along with your players and your new personnel, and your new players, and you can move forward and build to that ring versus, let's reshuffle everything every season.
Yeah, well, they messed up with the whole Westbrook thing, like that trade. We should have never traded for him, but we did. But they salvaged it by, this new crop of players that we have in now. But I feel like now it's like we've had enough time with AD. We've seen D'Lo just shrink. Move him.
Yeah.
Like, it's enough. It's like, cool. Like, AD, you finally, like, we're healthy this postseason. But are you going to be healthy, like, next regular season? Can't bank on it. His stock is going to be high right now. So let's move him while his stock is high. Same thing with D'Lo. Move him while his stock is high. And keep that young core. We got LeBron, Reeves, Vanderbilt, Rui, Mo Bamba. Like, let's keep those guys. Let's get in somebody.
Do not move the young talent.
Let's get in somebody that could, like, actually, like, play legit with LeBron and
Dame Dollar
actually be a number 1.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad trade. I was thinking about this the other day, actually.
It's like, as much as I love Kyrie Irving's game and his, what he got in his bag and all that stuff, it's like, I just feel he's not as dependable as Dame Dollar. So,
yeah, not as healthy.
Right. Yeah.
But, man, think about, we trade AD, D'Lo, maybe throw in something else, and we get Dame and Nurkic. I feel like that's a fair trade.
Okay. Yeah, no. Like,
it sounds nice on paper.
Yeah, but that's what I'm going to say. Is like, it's probably not going to happen. But sounds nice. But
sounds nice.
I do really hope that, like, AD gets shipped off. Like, I've seen enough. We've had enough. Like, thank you for the title. Now go be a bum somewhere else. Not
right.
You can't go to Golden State.
Not a Golden State though.
Oh my
God. To Golden State, I will throw my controller at the TV. Speaking of Golden State, goddamn Colin Coward, man. What the fuck are you doing?
Well,
Love you to death.
before we get to countered, I just want to say, like, at the end of the day, Nuggets got Lakers the fuck out of here. Let's just hope that results in at least them winning a title. So at least I don't feel so bad. We lost to the champs. I can justify that. But man, shitty way to go out. You waste 1 year of LeBron, like Legendary said earlier. You don't want to go out with a sweep. You have a black eye going into next season, and it's the organization to rectify that, and we'll see what happens from there. But for now, fuck them.
Well, we could, so we could lay off the Lakers for now.
Get them out.
Get them out. Let's talk about Miami, though. Miami Celtics, that series is heating up. They play today, right?
They do. They play today.
Who y'all got?
The Heat are up 3-2. It's been looking shaky for the Heat. Like, the Celtics of these last two games have looked like the Celtics that everyone has been expecting, basically the entire playoffs. Double-digit wins, both on the road. Well, I guess one on the road, one in Miami, and one at home. But, man, I just, come on. To come from 3-0 and get the win, the series win, I just don't see it. I feel like tonight is a night. It's going to be Miami on a Saturday night. I feel like Jimmy Buckets is going to will his team to a win.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think this is it. I think Spo had Game 6 circled at the end of the day. I think he knew pretty early on whether he truly wanted or he knew his players could do a sweep or not. And I think he just retooled from there. Why would I want to force another one? We can just go at home and have a Heat party. They can go home sad, and we don't have to go anywhere. I think the buck stops here. I think this is a fun series. I really think it's cool. I think the parity that I'm seeing between the East and the West, at least in these finals, and these conference finals, is really interesting. But yeah, I think the buck stops here. Heat's getting them out. It's a Heat party, man.
Woo! Yeah, I know originally I chose the Celtics in the beginning of the series because it was like, oh, come on, Celtics. The Heat aren't supposed to be this far, so y'all should make quick work of them. Nope, I was wrong. And Jimmy Buckets kept doing his thing, and now here we are. So I think they finish off the Celtics tonight, and
I'll say this.
They don't, but if they don't,
Celtics just came back, and it's now one team that ever came back from a 3-0.
Hey, we've seen it happen before.
No, this will be the first time ever.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, because Cleveland was down 3-1. So my bad. You right.
I'm down
you right.
3-0. So
down 3-0. Fuck.
And at the end of the day, I mean, big picture, Celtics come back from this. This changes like the Joe Mazzulla narrative. This changes the Spoelstra narrative a little bit. I don't see that happening in this timeline. So I just think this is it. Heat party. Everyone go home, get your bets in, and I think that's it. Heat party, man.
Woo!
Well, it depends.
You know what? Watching this series, I don't watch the Celtics that often. I'm not gonna lie, but I do pay attention to them in the playoffs. This season, for some reason, this may be a little hot. It may be a hot take. I don't know, man. I think Jaylen Brown got to go. I think he got to go somewhere. I think they got to upgrade some capital, and I think they got to go build more around Tatum. Maybe get a more reliable big outside of Robert Williams. But Jaylen Brown got to go.
But for what? For who?
I disagree.
I don't know what the cost is because, again, I don't watch the Celtics that hard. But just watching them, I don't necessarily – the pairing of Tatum and Brown works during the season. But I feel like this series, it's just not working. Brown is just – I just don't think he's meshing. And maybe I'm wrong, but hot take, I think Jaylen Brown and Tatum got a split, and the Celtics would be better for it.
I think they need an actual point guard
because they tried it with Kemba Walker.
Marcus Smart isn't a real point guard. Kemba Walker's not a real point guard. Like
Right.
it's kind of just like, all right, it's your turn, it's my turn. We can both like literally just play one-on-one and create shots and make shots. But they don't really run an offense. It's just like, all right, go cook them, and then if not, kick it out to me, and then I'll try to
It's
cook.
right. It's the
Yeah.
it's the
Somebody
JJ
shoots,
show.
and it's a wide open three. So I mean I kind of agree with you, Filthy, because they have been doing this for like 5 years, 5-6 years now, and they haven't got the championship. But then again, it's like you're always right there.
Right,
Like, you
right.
get to the Eastern
That's why
Conference
I'm
Finals
like,
a lot, so it's just like,
okay.
what is really going to put them over the edge? And I feel like it's a point guard, like a competent point guard. And there's not a lot of them in the league. I'm
No.
gonna be honest. Like there's not true point guards. They're like short or not shorter shooting guards. That's basically what they are now. It's just like shorter shooting guards.
Right. Shooting
You know
guards
what the solution
masquerading.
is? They gotta hit up your boy. They gotta hit up Mr. 38 at the Garden, Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin's in China, man.
Make the call.
Hey,
Him and
he's
Dwight
playing with
package
Dwight
deal.
Howard right now.
For real.
Him and Dwight package deal. Just
But
saying.
yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting if that's the thing that's crazy. If the Celtics win, then they're keeping the team together. But if they lose, then we need to blow this whole thing up. It's not working. So
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. But most likely, it's getting blown up.
Yeah. Even though I like may not agree with it, but it's like that's the reality. So
Yeah, because the only way to change that narrative is to come back 3-1 and I guess win the ring, right? And then you gotta I guess I would shut up, but just the way just this series, it's just, I don't know, man. Brown, it's just hard watching him trying to create offense. It's just him he gets scatterbrained too much and it's just, bro, pass out. And I just feel like he's thinking too hard. And I don't know, it just does not seem like the best fit for me from what I've seen. But again, limited guy or limited Celtics watcher go over here.
No, I watch a lot of basketball. I've watched plenty of Celtics, and there's no real offense. It's just like you go, I go. But that's kind of the same thing like with the Clippers, Kawhi and Paul George too. It's just like,
I was just about
right,
to mention that.
you cook, I cook. Cool. If they're both on, then it's great. If not, then they lose. And it's even like that with the Suns. Like it's not like Booker and KD run like pick and roll. It's just like Booker's like, I'm a cook now. And then Katie's like, well, I'm a cook now. And that's really like how those like I'll tell it like shooting guards, small forward like lineups go these days. It's just like your turn, my turn. They don't play off of each other.
Right.
Huh. When did that started changing, in your opinion?
Possibly Heat era.
Yeah, I was gonna say like right after the Heat.
Yeah. Possibly around there. I'm gonna say that because everyone thinks that's what the Heat did when in fact it wasn't.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear about that because it's like when the Heat first joined, yeah, okay, it was more your turn, my turn, and then it was like, yo, LeBron's could be a facilitator. This should be his team. Me, D Wade, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna let him run the offense, and that's how they won. So what people do when it comes to the copycat syndrome, it's like, oh, get a shooting guard, get a wing, and they'll have them play off each other like your turn, my turn. And that's how I'm seeing it. Like that's why we haven't seen a lot of successful like duos or or big threes really, break through because everyone thinks it's just street ball or one-on-one ISO ball all the time, where they're not moving the ball enough, and that's how the Miami Heat won their championships was moving the ball while having D-Wade cook, having LeBron cook, and then LeBron facilitating, and then Mario Chalmers, being able to facilitate sometimes when LeBron says, "Hey, I'm done treating you like a little bitch. Like you could go do this." Does that make sense?
Interesting. Yeah, yeah.
I agree with that because I mean, we could go through the years really. Like if you look at all right after the Heat era, the Spurs beat them, and then LeBron goes to the Cavs, and look at like LeBron's like makeup of the Cavs. It was a point guard or a small shooting guard and Kyrie,
Yeah.
Kevin Love, and more shooters, and then the Warriors, Curry shooter, Clay shooter, like shooters that like move the ball. Whatever you want to say about the Warriors dynasty, they always had ball movement, always were like
Yep.
resulting in
Always.
wide open shots. Not like let's go ISO. Like that wasn't happening. And then you even look, so that was 4-year run. You look at the Raptors. That was probably like the closest to ISO because it was just Kawhi, but they had a solid team, a defensive team.
Yep.
And
that could get.
But they had passers, like Gasol was a good passer. Siakam was a good ball handler. They had Lowry. Like they just had like, an actual team, and they ran like a legitimate offense outside of like Kawhi. Like Kawhi's like, I'll go 1-on-1, but that's it. If not, then we're running these plays. But I go 1-on-1, not like two people doing it. Not like you go 1-on-1, you go 1-on-1, and then you other three, you just stand around and watch us. Because when you do that, then the other three players don't get in rhythm. And I feel like that's what the Celtics have been doing these past couple games that has resulted in wins. Is like, hey, let's pass the ball to like Marcus Smart and Al Horford and Derek White. They can actually make shots, and Grant Williams. And if we actually like pass them the ball early, then they get in a rhythm, and then they get more confident, and then they hit more shots. Like Derek White hit 6 threes. He was 6 for 8 the last game.
Yeah. I was waiting to get on Derek White. Before we get too far, Game 5, Derek White, absolutely phenomenal play. Derek White balled out of control, played with his balls on the court, man. Like that was killer play. That was great. I rewound the TV set for several of his plays. Just the way he was just taking control. It was great, man. It was great.
Yeah, and that's what makes me so frustrated watching the Celtics. When it's like you have Derek White, you have Grant Williams, you have Malcolm Brogdon, if I'm not mistaken. It's like you have a team. You have a team. Like
Brogdon wishes he was back in freaking Indiana as a Pacer at home. This dude, I don't know what happened to him. He's gone.
I think he has some injury they're not disclosing.
Yeah.
He's like trying to play through it, but like his minutes are just like shrinking. I think he only played like 7 minutes last night or in the last game. It's like like something in his shoulder, like it's fucked up, basically.
Yeah. Missoula, make the call, man. You gotta do what the Lakers didn't and play like your life is on the line.
Yeah.
Right.
From the beginning, like, hey, this, like. That's what I don't understand either. Is just like, why do you guys wait until you're down 3-0 to be like, hey, let's make a change to the lineup now. Hey, let's really stop playing these guys now. Like, it's very.
I'd walk up to Brogdon immediately. Hey, Brogdon, how's your shoulder? Hey, man, I don't care. You're not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like, the moment we lose home field advantage, I'm making a change. What the hell? I'm 0-1 at home. In the playoffs?
Coach, I'm trying to play. Dog, we don't have a win. And you want to play on one shoulder?
Yeah.
This isn't the Lakers.
Think about the team.
This is not the Lakers.
Get them out. We don't care about your feelings, bro. We're trying to win a championship.
Facts don't.
And also, it's just like, feelings. Come on, you guys are grown ass men, and you're pouting because you're not playing. You're like, your team is close to making the NBA Finals, and this is me just roasting D'Lo again. It's like you're not engaged because you're not playing. You're sitting on the bench like you're about to cry because you're not playing. Like you're 1 for 8. Like, do you think, like, what do you think should happen? That's what's crazy. Is like for him, let's just assume. Going into negotiations, like, man, y'all didn't even play. Y'all started benching me in like the last couple games. It's like, D'Lo, you were 1 for 8. What did you want us to do? Like, what did you like? Do you feel like you played well? Do you feel like you deserved more minutes over somebody that was making shots? We still should have played you, right? Oh, and also here's like you on every defensive possession just getting shit on because it's always your man that's open because you don't play defense. Like, what are you upset about? Here's a minimum contract.
That is hella funny, and I can actually attest to that in a personal level because I've seen grown men, whether it was college or semi-pro, whatever, out because they're not playing. But we're in a lockdown, drag-out fight, one game away to get to the championship, and you're pouting. Like, it's like, bro, you got torched 3 times by a tight end. You need to sit down, please. Or like a quarterback being upset, because he's getting benched for a half. It's like, bro, you threw 2 picks back to back. What do you want? Like, no, sit down, get your head right. Hell, I mean, and then some people take benchings a little bit, better, where it's like, okay, I'm pissed, but not at my coach, at myself. And next time I get this opportunity, I'm gonna make the most of it. Like we've all been there. I've been benched before for fumbling, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna pout, but next thing I know, next time I'm in there, I'm about to make the best plays I can, so I don't get in that situation.
Exactly.
Like that's just how you got to think about it.
And that's what's crazy, especially for basketball players. Like, if you're not making shots, how are you also just gonna not play defense? It makes 0 sense. It's like
0 sense.
Man, I'm cold right now, but shit, defense? Nah, I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not gonna try to make an impact on the game at all. I just got to get the ball again and get my shots up. Like, fuck. When's this possession going in? Let me give this dude a layup. So I could get the ball back. See if I can hit a 3. Like, come on.
Yeah, and that type of player very much blends into the other type of player where like I totally like feel like I get fouled and I'm not talking to the ref. I just throw my arms up and immediately stop moving as the game is still going on.
Oh my god.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But my arms are still up because you didn't call this foul.
Yeah.
Bro, but like it's the 4th quarter, it's a breakaway, and we're down by 1. We'll make that 3 now.
Yeah. And that's like most of the NBA. And one thing I have noticed, one team that does not do that is the Heat. Because Spoelstra will pull your ass out of the game. And we need more coaches like that. It's like you could like they'll complain to the ref as they're running back on defense. But they're running back on defense. They're not just like stopped. LeBron likes to do it. Luka loves to do it. Tatum does it quite a bit, where it's just like, I didn't get a foul.
Devin Booker does that
shit too. What are we doing? I'm just gonna cry to the ref the entire but call the fucking foul. And then I got a technical. What? What did I say? Like,
what did I do, man? What did I do? Fuck you. Oh shit.
Yo, y'all remember the semi-pro where you got the
yeah.
Oh
my god!
I'm about to pull this up for the
one of the few highlights of that movie.
I'm gonna have to pull.
Hey, that movie was all right. You were just a horrible athlete.
Right here. Hold up.
So what was that? I don't know.
Those of you out there that have not seen many Will Ferrell movies but are curious about semi-pro, watch something better.
Finally making a move, and it is worth the wait. Melo. Traveling. No. 1.5 steps. Come on, Jack, you walk. Suck my cock and murder your family. You're gone, Jackie Moon.
I swear that's like Draymond. That has to be Draymond. Like most.
That has to be, bro. That is Draymond. Because he be saying something to these motherfuckers, so when they just be like, "Nah, that's bro, get out."
What's crazy is after he gets to tech and he's still complaining, like you can like hear him like lip read whatever. It's like, that's fucking bullshit though. That's fucking bullshit. Soft ass. It's like, this is after the tech. So what did he say before? Because I feel like that's enough to get a tech just off the rip.
Right. He said something crazy.
You know who I also love talking crazy while being on the floor is motherfucking my favorite guy, Carmelo Anthony, saying, I got the rebound. Get the fuck out of here. Rebound. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck
Hey,
out of here. I got it.
legend. Hoodie Melo.
Legend.
Carmelo Anthony. Exactly. My favorite Melo probably has to be Hoodie Melo. Though the man never won a
Yep.
ring, he is an Olympic gold medalist and scored a shit ton of points in the NBA and killed it in college. Happy retirement, Carmelo Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Yo, y'all see that retirement video though? That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Explain
Carmelo-
it for those who didn't see it.
So essentially it was reminiscent of Kobe's Dear Basketball, but it wasn't. It was more of like the passing the torch from Carmelo to his son. Yeah, as far as like, I'm gonna leave it to the next generation now, blah blah. Like Kai, it's like, Cayenne, it's all up to you. Like, like, I love you. This is what you're doing now. So I think I love that, in the sense that he knows what it takes to, get to the league and how his son could be better than him, all that good stuff. And I mean, I think I Am Athlete really did put a good emphasis on, legacies that fathers leave and hoping that their kids are better than them, So if you guys haven't checked out the most recent podcast episode of I Am Athlete, check it out.
You guys boycotted I Am Athlete because you hate Brandon.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Only the pivot. All right. Fuck I Am Athlete.
It was DeAndre Hopkins. What did you want me to do?
Yeah, Team Ryan Clark over here, man. What the hell?
I'm kidding.
But no,
I don't
it's
care.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Support everything black.
Yeah, I'm with that. That's why I'm just like, can we just stop beefing? Why we gotta choose sides? Y'all got good content. Y'all got good content. I fuck with both.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Carmelo Anthony. Let's talk about it. Well, I know Filthy just said his favorite version of Melo was Hoodie Melo. Legendarius, what was your favorite version of Melo?
Oh, Melo, prime Melo from like 2010 to 2012. Knicks Melo, that dude.
Woo!
Dude was a killer.
That
Oh, yeah.
hey,
The Easter. Do you guys remember the Easter Sunday Bulls game?
Oh yeah.
Remind us.
Bro. So this is in the Garden. It's Easter Sunday. They're playing the Bulls. This is prime D Rose, by the way. Melo hits a 3 to tie to put the game in overtime. Then in overtime, same spot, hits the game-winning 3. Like, Garden goes crazy, and like that was just prime Melo. And that was like, coach is trying to like drop a play. He's like, just give me the ball and get the fuck out of the way. That's the play.
Right. Yep. Okay. I know which one
some
you're talking
Mike
about
Bree
now.
bangs there.
And yeah, no, I'm gonna agree, because first I was like, oh, I was wrestling between Olympic Melo or New York Knicks. And I think, yeah, so New York Knicks won prime Melo 2010, 2012. Like, him on the Nuggets, of course he was amazing. Of course he was. But I just think that the fact that this man made New York Knicks relevant within that time again, there's a superstar in New York. This is what New York basketball is supposed to be like. Big moments, hidden shots. Like, yeah, they didn't win big, but I think that was beside the point. I think it was bringing that electricity of superstar power back into New York.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then after that, once he started getting into, the more mentorship stages on the Olympic teams, that was my second favorite version of Carmelo Anthony, where it's like, he could win he could win a championship if you ever had like a true shot or had that mentality back then of being able to, wisely select his shots. But all in all,
Man,
Kobe Bryant said it best.
Do you not realize like how badly Carmelo, like his legacy gets like screwed basically because of a poor general manager move?
Yep.
Like, nobody ever talks about it. It's like This man should have been drafted number 2 to the Detroit Pistons, who kept going to the finals. If you put Melo on the Pistons have like multiple championships.
Probably if I think Carmelo Anthony would have been at 3 or he probably would have been at 2 or 3 right now.
Yeah,
I genuinely believe that
easily.
And so that's what I'm saying. Where it's not himself. Like, we know Carmelo Anthony's a shoot or shoot, like what Kobe said. That's his mentality. I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker.
I heavily insist everyone look up Melo clips, man. Like, do yourself a favor, man.
Right.
Like,
do yourself
the
a
man
favor.
was incredible, killer instinct. And you know what?
One of the best ISO players ever.
Yes, big time, big time. And I wanted to explain why Hoodie Melo was my favorite, just because, like, at the time, he was previously written off at that time. Oh, he's washed or whatever, etc. And Hoodie Melo, he had to come back out like, no, I'm good. I still got it. Dropped all this footage of him killing it. And everyone's like, oh, really? And then he gets back in, and just the way he got back in the league and the way he just carried it, just, man, I respect that. I respect that, Melo.
Yeah.
And that version, probably the entire my life that it happened, it was just resonating. And I was like, yeah, this one's for me. This one's for me for sure. He was cool as a Laker too.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we were better as a team that year. But I liked him on the Lakers. It
was nice to see him. And I will say this before we get away from Melo. I do have one memory that I'll never forget, that I'm sure Legendarius does as well. Young 20-somethings watching Lakers Knicks right there, back when it was Staples Center. Yes, kids, it used to be called Staples Center. And we're watching them play. It goes down to the wire. And I'm kind of crossing my fingers. Oh, we might get some OT. It's looking good. Kobe and Melo going at it. You know, they're a little bit longer in the tooth, but they were still going at it. It was great to see as fans. And we're watching the game. It's getting to the wire. I think they're at about 90, 98, 96, some shit like that. They're in the 90s, but it was close, man. Clock's winding down. It's like, oh, shit, let's go OT. Let's get OT. You know, we're here in Staples. Let's go crazy. We're here. Let's get OT. What happens? Clock's winding down. Out past the fucking Jose Calderon for 3.
Fuck Jose Calderon. It's been fuck Jose Calderon ever since that day.
The game was over after that, and the Lakers lost. No overtime. No overtime.
No overtime.
No overtime.
Pitiful.
No game winner by Melo. No game winner by Kobe. Lakers lost, so that's even worse. Jose Calderon. Where's he at? No one's ever heard of this guy.
No. Yeah.
Okay. And so we go from one somber story to another. Quick over jet to the NFL. R.I.P. Jim Brown. Killed it. Your grandfather's favorite running back.
Shit. Yeah.
The workhorse. The killer.
Legend.
Played at a time when it was kind of not too good to be black in America, but he did it anyways. Killed it for the Browns, made them relevant at that time. No Super Bowl. Who cares? Top running back ever at that time for a long time.
Yeah. So do you? I don't think the audience understands how dominant this man really was. So for those who are listening, Jim Brown played 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So
10 years, tapped out when he was 30 because he wanted to be an actor / social activist, by the way.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was he wanted more money.
Tell him the good version. Tell him the good version.
All right, fine. Yeah, he wanted to do good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, the fact that this man led the league, not like in rushing, 9 out of the 10 years he played. That's all you need to know. Won Cleveland a championship that Cleveland has never got close to again. And for those who don't know, and which I've actually read his autobiography,
real shit.
He played lacrosse first, and he got introduced to football because because of racial tensions. He said, "You're telling me I could put my hands on a white man? I could assault a white man and not get in trouble for it? Oh yeah, I'm playing football because I'm gonna abuse these men for every single crime they ever committed against my people." I think that's one of the coldest things I've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
So like,
And let's be real, he existed at a dark time, so there's a dark side to that we won't get into. But
right.
hey, he averaged 5 yards a carry in the NFL. That's fucking tough.
Bro, he's the only running back to average 100 yards for his career.
right. Like that's insane. Like a Hall of Fame career is 85 yards a game now. Like you're doing that, you're running shit for like 1,300, 1,400 yards. So you average 100 yards a game. That's insane. Yeah. And there was a year, I think they only played like 10, 12 games, and he had like 1,500 yards like 3 times, which would have been translated to like over 2,000. So
yeah. The most games he played in a season was 14.
Oh, okay.
And the most yards he had in a season, this is when, 14 games. 1,863 yards, which is just 133.
Okay, that's what I
Your
meant.
favorite, most people's favorite running backs can't even average that nowadays with more games.
Yeah,
right.
Crazy,
incredible. By the way, in the seasons that he was leading the league in rushing, he never missed a game at all.
Right. Right, and then for those. They were like, if your old ass football coach talks about Jim Brown, what he used to do, every time you get tackled, he would lay down a little bit extra, to where it's a mind game to think, for the defense to think, hey, he's tired. We finally tired him out. Just for the next play for him to go 0 to 100, busted it to the house because the defense let their guard down, thinking that he was tired.
Yeah.
Because they were tired.
Yeah, and for those who can't imagine it, don't think quite a speedster. Just think like big body-esque, not taking me down, motherfucker.
Yeah, 4.5 speedish guy, big, fast. Well,
rumbling, tumbling,
overpowering people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was like watching a heavyweight boxer just play.
Imagine Kyle Juszczyk, but he's black and he's fast.
Kyle Juszczyk, Jesus. That's all about
but ultimately, James Brown, he's out of context for us. We're 90s kids, but we were never too far away from the game to appreciate those that came before us. So we had to throw some highlights to Jim Brown. Good or bad, he was still a human that existed on this plane who played in the NFL. On to the NFL. They did some new shit. Some of it we like, some of it we don't like. What the fuck?
So let's talk about the stuff we don't like.
I don't like the stupid fair catch rule that they're implementing. Like,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
We're watching college football now, so you can just fair catch any kickoff and get the ball to the 25-yard line. Why on earth would you ever try to return again? You can get to the 25.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, I don't think they realize what a positional value the 25 is. That's like far enough from the other side to not worry about getting like blitzed or taking a sack, but also enough room to like throw some crazy shit too if I want to.
And like, let's also not forget how many of these like kickoffs typically result in some sort of penalty. Like typically like a holding, clipping, whatever. So you're just taking that entire aspect out of the game. It's like, nope, everyone just starts at the 25 because
who voted for that? Who the fuck?
Competent coach would be like, you guys are gonna fair catch every time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. What the fuck? Why at this point? Why even pay for a specialist?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'll have like some fucking idiot back there and just be like, oh, okay, well, all right. So if you fair catch it, just to make sure I understand the
get in there.
What if you drop it? So you have to catch it, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. The escape clause to the whole thing is it's just a 1-year experimentation, but I mean,
Why this year? No,
well,
fuck
I'd
that.
rather this be. This may sound crazy, and I just thought of this right now, live. So this may sound crazy, but I don't understand why they won't just implement something like that into the preseason as opposed to the regular season.
Thank you.
Because
No,
if you
that makes
implement it
sense
in
to
the
me.
regular season, you're now talking about this rule impacting key division games, key games late in the season, and this is
Yes.
going to make or break something
Or
and
the
something
playoffs.
and it's supposed to mean something. So I don't see why you don't just implement it during the preseason. Hey, if it shits the
And
bed, it
see if
shits
it
the bed.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
If
And
it
then see if
works,
it
then you
works.
can move it up to the next level. But why not preseason?
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Yeah. No, for real. Like that's why I was like, okay. I like how you transitioned to that because I was like, all right, well, we don't have to like why do we have to experiment during this season? How come we can't use preseason, the type of football that nobody really cares about anyway. But at the same time, we want to watch our young stars, see how they play. But like let's do the experimental shit in the preseason, see if it works. If it does, then okay. We could probably use it. I know, like some rules are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then if it sucks, then it's like, okay, now we know it sucks. Let's axe it, like right now.
I agree.
Well, it's just interesting. I don't see why. Well, this is just big picture thinking, maybe too deep, but it's like I don't see why the NFL wouldn't get in bed with like another football organization. For example, let's just crazy. Let's take college ball. Get in bed with them. Hey, let's test out some fucking rules, and then at least you can see what works, what doesn't work, and go from there. Obviously, I know that would never work. It doesn't have to be NCAA, but I'm just saying, why wouldn't you get in bed with a small organization and test some of this shit out as opposed to doing it like this? And it's gonna shit the bed a lot of the time.
Do it with the USFL or XFL.
Yeah, exactly. You're already open with the XFL saying, "Oh, we are open to some sort of pipeline." So if you're open to a pipeline with players, well, fuck, pipeline your rules too. Why not?
Yeah. And then also,
Yep.
Come on, Goodell, you just got extended. I'm doing your fucking job, asshole.
also another
God, I
thing
hate that guy.
that like does not make sense is how they're like, hey, you guys can flex the Thursday games now. But it's just like,
That's dumb.
what's the standard? Because it's pretty well known across America that the Thursday games are trash. So are they just gonna like
Yeah.
flex, like instead of like having the Ravens and the Bengals play on a Thursday night game? Like, are we gonna flex in like a trash lineup? Because that's probably what they should do. Why would you flex in a good game? It's like, you know what? This is a great game that we have on Sunday. Let's give you guys 3 days less. Do it Thursday.
Right.
Instead. Like,
Well, this is what happens when we, meaning the NFL, get in bed for $1 billion contract for Thursday night games with someone like Amazon, and now you're on the hook because you have to produce. If I'm Amazon, yeah, I don't want some shit games. I want attention to my site, to my app, to my X, Y, and Z. So I get why they would throw in the flex. It's shitty in
Yeah.
practice, and I totally agree. But this is what happens when you play them dollar games and you want to spread yourself like that. You
Yeah,
gotta
that's true.
adhere. It's
That's
shitty.
true.
I don't think any
Eh,
of the teams are gonna agree to it, or
Right.
in terms of like, hey, let flex us in the Thursday. I'm like, no, fuck you.
No. Yeah, like it could. Yeah, I would say
Like,
it's quiet. It's not even
there's an
quiet.
advantage
It's a.
to
It's
being
a.
flexed to like Sunday night. Like that's an advantage. If you're gonna flex to Sunday night or Monday night, like yes, that is great. We're gonna
Yes.
get some more exposure. Thursday,
More
like, come
exposure.
on, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's already bad. This is zero benefit to the players. This is all like money.
It's
This is all
money.
money drives. That's all it is. It's just money moves. That's all it is. It's fucking shitty.
Money moves.
At a certain point, something's gonna have to happen because I mean, we're flexing Thursday games. We can already flex Sunday games. We're flexing Monday games. You're flying overseas for X amount of times per year. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's also getting out of hand. It's like, how many games do we have to have in London? Like, can we stop this?
Yeah. It's like all right. There's a reason why American football is popular in America. You know, And
No.
and I'm not saying that international audiences, like are shit out of luck, but it's like that's a lot of travel. It's a lot of travel. And then plus you're telling these players, oh, and you might have some Thursday games too. Oh, and you could be flexing to Thursday when we know injuries are very possible to have, like, are very like increased on Thursday night games. And I think that's probably why they did the kickoff thing to quote unquote extend players, like, it will like shorten the injury risk when it's like, no, it's fucking football. It's fucking football.
They're gonna get hurt anyway.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
So in the same imaginary land where the NFL and XFL are partnered up with their player pipeline and their rule pipeline, they also are using them as expansion teams and throwing them into their international markets and saving their actual money market teams and keeping them in states and, saving the players. But hey, that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Crazy talk.
Goodell, what the fuck? I'm doing your job, buddy.
Well, speaking about jobs and money and all that good stuff, I know y'all heard Patrick Mahomes talking about winning rings over money.
No. Patrick Mahomes got to wait. We still got more on the NFL rule tip, man. We got a Black Friday game this year, okay? First time ever, all right?
Jesus,
NFL.
fuck, we do?
Yeah, Jets, Dolphins, man. Black Friday. After you spend all your hard-earned money buying shit you don't need, you come back here and you watch the NFL. After what? College? What else happens on Black Friday? Hell shit happen on Black Friday?
Literally every rivalry game.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, they're getting too greedy, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts.
People actually
It's
do
nuts.
like college football, and especially like rivalry games. Like, I would rather watch the Iron Bowl than Jets Dolphins on a Friday.
Thank you.
I'd rather watch college ball myself. It just means more. And I'm speaking as someone that doesn't even watch college ball that much, but it just means more.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the holidays, it's like, okay, Thanksgiving, I know that is an NFL holiday.
Yeah.
Christmas, that is an NBA holiday.
Take that over too.
Right.
Yeah, not this year, buddy. You got 3 NFL games.
Jesus.
What are the games? I didn't look it up because, frankly, that's an NBA game for me as well.
Like, I'm not.
Okay.
Like, I don't care what the games are, as I'm not gonna be watching them because
All this means is I'm gonna be stressed on another holiday, looking at my fantasy team, monitoring some shit, and missing out on some kid shit because I gotta be looking at my fantasy.
You're all like, it's like your kids are like, oh, daddy, let's play. Oh, it's like, no, wait, stop. So needs to get a score right here.
No, honey, my day is ruined because my quarterback just got injured in the first quarter, and I'm playing for my playoff life.
Right.
These damn NFL people, they got me. I have to watch one of the Christmas games because it's
Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch one of them. Yeah, if it's sick. Actually, tell me about it. If I'm not mistaken, I think Baltimore Ravens play on Christmas Eve.
No.
Yeah, no, you totally just stomped over Legendarius when he was saying.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Hey,
that was a setup.
You got me. I'll watch one game, Goodell. Ravens-Niners, Monday Night Football. But the other two, Raiders-Chiefs, Chiefs winning. Giants,
well, you're right.
Eagles winning. So.
Like, yeah, what are these fucking blowouts? Get out!
Like, not even good games. It's like, let's just put some trash on, see if we could take some viewers away from the NBA. It's not gonna work. Nobody watches the late night NBA games.
Well. Before we skip to our next NFL related news, the NBA said, "Gotcha, bitch." Bucks planning to hire Raptors assistant Adrian Griffin as next head coach.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Do we know who this is?
He's the Raptors assistant.
No, like, do we know his history? Like, who is this? I don't. That's why I'm just saying,
like hiring a Darvin Ham. Nobody knows anything about him yet. So.
Well, okay. All right.
Gotta wait and see. Clearly, he interviews well, but.
Clearly he interviews well.
Here at Sports Minds, we got the breaking stories here for you first. Back to the NFL. As Hashmaster was saying minutes earlier, Patrick Mahomes, man, prefers winning rings over money. He the context was they asked him about he's going to be the lowest paid contract in some time after becoming the highest paid at a time. He said, "Fuck it, man. I'd rather win rings. I don't give a fuck."
Well, this is a double-edged sword for a lot of people because he can say that now because he has the rings. He likes the feeling. Oh yeah, I want more. He if this is what it means to quote unquote sacrifice. Sure, because at the time he was the highest paid quarterback. Let's not get that twisted.
Did he already have a Super Bowl win when he got that deal though?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Remember they beat the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after they won. And when it comes to like the money part, yeah, Patrick Mahomes came from a family where his dad was a pro athlete for a little bit. I don't know how much money he had, but it's like okay, I've been like, it's not like I need this money. I can move shit around, and plus my endorsements, me being like a Subway guy, or no, sorry, what the fuck, discount double check, wherever the fuck that is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. State Farm, there you go. Having all these endorsement deals, that shit is bringing in money, so he doesn't need that. So I get where he's coming from, and he's right in a sense that if quarterbacks take less money, it gives teams more flexibility to build around you. Now, when you go to another quarterback from a different financial background, where it's like you are the sole breadwinner in your family, take the money, and everything else will figure itself out. But what are your thoughts on that, you two? So, are you trying to win rings over money if you have 0 rings, or are you going to keep winning rings? After you win your first or second, are you willing to take less to win more?
I'm not taking a pay cut after I get my ring, which I got 2 rings. You're gonna pay me top dollar.
Yeah, no, and that's okay. Like, because no one, I think there's no real wrong or right answer to this. Because some people will be. You can tell who's fucking lying when they say, "Oh, I don't care about the money. I just want to win the rings." It's like never been to a Super Bowl in their fucking life. It's like, nah. Like, that this football money could be burned out quick. So, me personally, if I win 2 rings, yeah, I am not taking a discount.
Well, it's not even that. It's not like obviously these contracts come with some guarantee. But it's not an NBA contract where it's like, I signed this contract, I'm making all this money no matter what.
Exactly.
It's just like, you get hurt and all this money you're supposed to make, you ain't making
it.
So
right,
you're going to pay me top dollar because I'm literally like risking my like career every game. So I'm not going to do that and be like, man, I know I could have made another $2 million today, but at least we got the win. Like, fuck that. I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss, and you give me $2 million.
Right. Like I'm putting everything out there. I want to make sure I got everything. Now, it's like, because I know like with quarterbacks, it's it's just different because the inflated numbers, and then like as a running back, as a receiver, anybody else who are quote unquote grunts or play football, I am not taking a pay cut at all.
Man,
no.
On principle, I ain't getting paid less than Daniel Jones. I know that.
Right. Oh yeah. No. If I was a quarterback, I'm like, wait, you're offering what? 139? No. You better give me one. Better give me 200 guaranteed over Daniel fucking Jones.
Yeah.
Like I could throw 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in my sleep if I was a good quarterback. But yeah, yeah, I can't. I'm just saying that now. No.
Well, this conversation, can kind of lean into another news story involving the Cardinals and DHop involving rings over money. If you're a DHop, your contract, your deal was kind of tight anyways. That's what led to your release, having 2 years and 35 plus mil left on that deal at age 30 with the Cards. But now he's free to walk. He's free to go wherever he wants to go. But if you're DHop, what are you thinking? You want rings over money? Given he did openly name Baltimore Kansas City, Philly, Buffalo, and LA Chargers. You named those specifically, but given the rings over money conversation, what would you do if you were a DHop?
Well, so the teams that he named were all contenders or possible contenders because I'm Chargers.
Yeah, thank you. That was my lead in, because what are the Chargers winning when?
Yeah, exactly. So they're not, but
he just wants to hang out in LA.
Right. He's just hanging out in LA at that point.
I want to meet LeBron.
Right. I think if you're DHop, your top 3 to 4 teams should be, Buffalo. I just don't see that working with Stephon Diggs. I don't think he'd be like, 1A, 1B shit. No, I did that with Adam Thielen, and that's how I got myself out of Minnesota. Kansas City, they don't have a number 1 receiver right now. Like, I think that will break the league. Let's do it. Like, why not? It's Patrick Mahomes, DHop. Let's see what's up. Baltimore, as of now, did upgrade their receiving room, but I'm looking around it. I don't see a number 1. DHop comes in like, yo, I am a number 1 receiver. Boom. And everyone else will fall in line. Like, no one's going to complain. And then 4, may not. It's like, I want to put Philly in there, but I don't think it'd work because that's not how they're built. Because it's like, there's already a lot of mouths to feed in Philly. So I just don't see that as a possible route for him to go. And he didn't mention Dallas, and Jerry Jones is allergic to winning Super Bowls or going to NFC championships. So, yep. I think if I'm D-Hop, I'm choosing the top 3 in my list minus Philadelphia and try to get it in.
You already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Easy. He'd be a number 1 receiver. We could restructure his deal. We got the cap space. And we only have Odell for 1 year, so it's not like that's a long-term solution. We give D-Hop, he's 30, we give D-Hop like a 3-4 year deal, right off into the sunset with a couple Super Bowls. Let's go. Let's ride.
He said, let's go.
But
watch him go somewhere Philly, but like the Saints or something.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think the Chargers are on the table just because they need a receiver and they have the cap space for it. But the Chargers, if he says he wants a stable organization, they are far from it because they still have the Austin Eckler situation. They got, their coaching situation, which regardless of what they want to say to the media after the fact, his job is still on the line in flux. So they could be looking at a new coach next season or after this upcoming season. So that does only leave like Baltimore, KC, Philly, Buffalo. But Buffalo and the Chiefs both have like under or just about like $1 million or less in cap room. So they're not like real contenders. They're going to have to part ways with people. And I see like with the Chiefs is like, you still need to pay Mahomes. You got to restructure his contract. You're not going to bring in DeAndre Hopkins on top of that. So it's between Baltimore, Philly, Buffalo, and based off of what you said, Hash Master, I agree with that. I don't think it makes sense for Philly because they got Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So, like, what are you going to do? Move Devontae Smith to the slot? Doesn't make sense. And for the Bills don't have the money, and they invest a lot of their money in defense, so I don't see them cutting one of their defensive guys for D-Hop. And I don't think D-Hop really wants to go to fucking Buffalo anyway.
Yeah, it's cold.
The butcher coming.
Oh my gosh, it's RP Spready Gibbs career. So anyway, that's on another topic.
I'm still gonna bump his shit. I don't give a fuck.
Same. Uh, so, I guess the next subject we got
Well,
is DK.
did y'all see that little McNasty John Gruden peeped his head around the NFL headquarters once again, this time with
I
Derek
did see
Carr?
that.
Derek
Yeah.
Carr flew him in the organization under his big old cross. He said, "Come on, Gruden, get under, motherfucker." And they came over and they worked some shit out on the offense, I guess. They linked up with Dennis Allen. They got some croquettes or whatever you do in fucking New Orleans, and they fucking did some shit.
Yep, I heard. I fucking heard. And it was just one of those things. I was like, I mean, because some people are like, oh, Derek Carr hates Gruden now. It was like, no, these motherfuckers always loved each other. It's like, yeah, he was upset when he was fired, because he said it himself. Like, yeah, it was a bad thing he did, but like, this is one of the most stable coaching situations I've ever had in my entire career. Like, you get rid of the one guy that believed in me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr, as a religious soul, he does believe in redemption. So, man, what a perfect storm with Dennis Allen being there, and welcome back Gruden with open arms, and see what happens, man. They're really conjuring up some excitement for the Saints this season.
Josh Jacobs is gonna be the Saint.
That would be nuts. Meanwhile, Kamara is like in jail, like, what the fuck?
Says Jaws his roommate, so his cellmate right there. Oh my god!
And it's that time of year where slow new season, no NFL really going on. Well, you got players in the league kind of talking at each other last few seasons. If you don't know, Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf been talking about who got the faster wheels. They've been showing off racing. Tyreek, racing here and there. DK Metcalf chasing down motherfuckers on the football field and shit. And they've been trying to make some race happening, So if they're able to do a foot race straight down, who y'all got in a race? DK Metcalf or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek.
What's the length? 60?
Regulation style, whatever the fuck it is, straight line, 60, 100, 150, doesn't matter.
60 meter, 100.
I mean, it's not an official race yet, so whatever your fantasy race is for them, who you got?
I would do it 60, and if it's a 60, I'm gonna give it to Tyreek Hill. So, like, I think Tyreek DK Metcalf. Don't get me wrong, he is fast. Like, he's not supposed to be that fast at that size, because we saw him in the Olympic trials. He got burned, but it's like, I'm laughing, but it's like, fuck, I couldn't have done it at all. I mean, the man ran a 10.6, 10.5, and I think Tyreek Hill is like was at a 10.4, I want to say. So it's not like they're too far apart. It's just, I don't want to say like Tyreek will burn him, but Tyreek will win, like 60 or 100. So
the distance matters. I got Tyreek Hill.
You're right.
What makes you say that?
Tyreek Hill was a better track athlete in college. So
yeah,
like, he was actually like All-American in the 200 meters. So if
yes,
in a shorter race, he will win. If it's longer,
yeah,
still win.
Right. I was thinking of it that's why I said, what's his distance? And then I was thinking back, and I was like, kind of think about it. Wait a minute, Tyreek Hill was an All-American track athlete. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, for me, not
10-4.
like being like heavy on track in that way. When I first saw this story, I immediately went geeky with it, and I just thought of DK Metcalf and Tyreek Hill, and just kind of thought like, I'm not gonna lie, I went Dragon Ball, y'all. I was like, Metcalf, Hill, okay. So Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 1. Okay, Super Saiyan 2 is just bulkier, stronger probably, but also slower. Super Saiyan 1 is faster. So yeah, Tyreek Hill's gonna win. Yeah, that's exactly how I thought about that.
Nerd.
Yeah, all the way. I completely converted it into anime, and I gave it a go, and I will bet on Tyreek Hill if this were to be a thing.
Yeah, well, I just don't see DK. I just don't see Tyreek Hill in the Olympic trials like getting sixth place. Not say like once again, it's Olympic trials. These are some of the fastest people on the planet. So it's like, yeah, if you get 6 out of 8, it's not that you're slow. It's just you're not a track guy. Tyreek Hill, I think, would have placed way higher. So probably would have got number 1. That's just me.
At the Olympic trials?
Yeah, well, not number 1 though. Probably like 3 or 4.
Shut up. Stop.
3 or 4.
No,
But
he would not have been in the top 8 at the Olympic trials, sir.
not the whole trials, just in his heat.
Oh, in his heat? Okay.
Because DK Metcalf didn't make it that far.
Yeah.
He got burned in his heat.
Maybe
Like,
Tyreek
he
Hill
did-
will make it to like the second round.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, people really underestimate on how fast track athletes are.
Yeah.
So, and then once you got that, football speed and track speed playing football, it's like you don't really work on straight up speed that much anymore. It's more explosion and short bursts versus like long sustained speed. So, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And by the way, whipping it back around to Mr. Adrian Griffin, new Bucks head coach. Here at Sports Minds, we'll sometimes do some due diligence. But according to the old stat sheet over here, Adrian Griffin played 9 seasons for 5 teams in the old NBA. From like the 2000, from like what the 90s, drafted by the Mavs to like what I think it was mid 2000s. But yeah, played for 5 teams. Averaged 4 points, 3.5, 1.4 in about 480 games. So yeah, he has has an NBA mind.
Is that is that like the requirement to be a coach? You just have to be like a mediocre NBA player.
Right.
But I know
Just so you can relate to the players.
I know the
There you
game. That reminds me of like the they're like talking about how like Shaq when he was older is like how he just like roast the coaches because coach like, try to get on him like, hey Shaq, you think you could have got this block here? It's like number 4 all time in the NBA in blocks. I think I know if I could have blocked the shot or not.
Right.
Or it's like the coach like trying to get on him. It's like, you average 4 points against me. Don't tell me how to play the game.
That's
They're like, he's like,
that's what I would say as an elite player to Adrian Griffin.
Right.
If like
But-
he's trying to get on like, Drew Holiday or something, like, bruh.
Right.
You and
It's like, Giannis, you have to have that dog in you. You have to have that dog in you, Giannis. It's like, shut up, man. I scored 50 points in a closeout game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of curious though.
Well,
I'm kind of curious as to what the
Right.
Bucks. Well, I'm curious what the Bucks are looking for because I mean, I wonder what kind of identity kind of are thinking. Maybe they're switching their identity a little bit because I mean, you have Nick Nurse there. He's more of your defensive-minded coach. If you want someone who's not going to make adjustments like like you had, you can go Doc Rivers. So I mean, I wonder what he's bringing to the table that. What I'm just interested in what the Bucks are looking for moving forward. So that's what makes me think maybe they're going for a complete, identity switch.
Yeah, it could be.
Or maybe the Bucks don't know what they're gonna do, which signals to the more experienced coaches as like, I'm not gonna be dealing with this because the Bucks do have a lot of issues with their roster, and like Giannis could leave at any point. So it's just like, are you guys gonna re-sign Giannis? You don't know. Like, ooh, I'm gonna need.
When did he sign his max?
Or more guarantees, like, because all those things are like very important when you're considering. And I think like a new coach, they would just want an opportunity to get their foot in the door, like a guy that's been an assistant for years. So it's just like, I don't care what it is, just get me in this league, or give me a team that I can lead.
Give me a team.
If you guys
Give me a
get
team.
rid of people, that's fine. We'll make it work. those type of things. But it was reported actually that it's unlikely that Giannis signs a contract extension this summer.
Wow. So that's why, yeah. So that's why they're like, "Yo, Giannis to the Warriors."
Yeah, so he could be a unrestricted free agent after the 24-25 season. So
Do
basically,
you think he should do it, depending on like what happens?
for sure, if they keep losing, then it's just like, all
Yeah.
right, time for me to go.
Yeah, I agree.
NBA.
You know, he won his first ring with with the team that drafted him. Great. So now he did his obligation. He could go.
Yeah.
That's how.
All right. I think that's going to be a wrap for this episode, episode 16 of Sports Minds. We're going to see if we're right or we're wrong. Celtics, are you going to win? I don't think so. We're going to find out. Let's go, Miami. Let's go, Jimmy. Close this out. And for all y'all listening, we need y'all to like, subscribe, follow us, rate us 5 stars, continue to support what we're doing, spread the word, and we'll be back next week. Might be a little litty though.
That might be a little litty though.
Peace.
Peace.